live. Oh, we're live.
Oh,
we're live.
Here we go.
I love you asking. The first thing everybody heard is, "We live? Are we live? Are we good? Are we live?
Are we? I don't know.
We're live.
I wasn't.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Guys, can you guys hear us? Can you guys hear us? Can you guys hear us? I'm back. Not that really anybody cares about me being on the stream. It's all about.
Oh, come on! Don't say that. Don't say that. That's not true.
That's not true. It's only about one person, baby. Come on now. It's only about one person. It's about you, buddy. And well, you and Tony yesterday were crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. Which
yeah, it was a good night.
I wasn't able to listen, but I was looking and I looked and everything looked good. I mean, if I don't know if it sounded good, but it looked good. You guys looked fantastic.
It did. I really hope it did.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you looked phenomenal. I mean, you always do. I don't know why that would be in question. You look great. You look good.
Thank you.
Your picks apparently were even better.
That's what matters. That's what matters.
It's all that matters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, what happened yesterday that went so right? Because Tony was like, yeah, we hit on like pretty much 90% of our plays yesterday. So yeah, what the hell happened? That's pretty good.
Look, we locked in Russ and Giannis, and honestly, it was a great night when we're hitting 400 DK. First of all, 400 DraftKings points. Wow. It was a really high scoring night last night.
Yeah.
And then we're hitting 400 when the only person that let us down is Giannis. So, what's up, Big T? It was a really, really good night. From the mid-range plays like DeLon Wright and Campazzo, and who else did we play? A bunch of these other guys. Then to the punts, man. Like we're talking about Matisse Thybulle at 0.6% owned, and we're out there saying he's going to get 3 steals and 3 blocks, and he goes out there and gets 3 steals and 3 blocks for the boys. Like just, it was
apparently there was an Austin Rivers play. Well. Austin Rivers.
That one I kind of pulled out of the rabbit hat. So everyone was like leaning on Campazzo, right? And I was like, okay, like I get it. Yeah, see, 405, 408, Big T, and he had Giannis on top of that.
Hey.
He had Giannis that absolutely did not perform to expectations, and the man's putting up 405 and 408. So that and on top of that, 2 different combinations, 405 and 408, not just a main lineup with 405 or 408. He ran 2 different combos.
What if Giannis did hit? That's now a scary proposition. Like, what
we probably would have hit 460, 470, if not more. Like it was pretty nuts. And then so we're talking about Campazzo, and it's the last game of the slate, and we're no pivots, anything like that. So this is when I mentioned Austin Rivers, the revenge narrative. Obviously, I'm going to mention at least one.
You got to mention the revenge narrative
every single slate. There's got to be a revenge narrative out there for us to get. So Austin Rivers was my guy yesterday at 3,400, and he put up over 40 DK. I'm pretty sure I'd have to check my lineup from yesterday. I did end up playing him in my main, which I didn't think I would, but everything fit like a glove. And I was literally saying on the show, if that's your last guy in, like, you could definitely do a lot worse. And I was like, I just said that myself. I'm going to do it. So I just ended up playing Austin Rivers at 3.6 or 3.4, whatever he was.
It worked out. Yeah, 3.4.
And he put up 42 DK. I was like, oh my gosh, wow. Okay.
So yeah, that was a great call.
Uber me some roses. Wow.
What kind of flowers guy are you?
Wow.
Are you the edible arrangements kind of guy? Are you roses?
I'm not really a flowers guy. Usually I'm the one. Like I'm not really on the receiving end of flowers.
What can we Uber you? What are we gonna like?
I'm a big cookies guy. I'm a big cookies guy.
You know, like
the chewy Chips Ahoy ones. They're like from the store. Or you can get, or if you want to go fancy, wrong with you?
Get better cookies.
If you can go fancy, I'm not.
Is there a local bakery I can call that can deliver to you?
There is. There's actually one right down my street. It's absolutely amazing. It's called Première Moisson. To give you guys a little bit of French, I'll throw in the French.
I can't.
I'll throw in the French for today.
Obviously, my French, but I can't.
Our marteau de soir.
I can't.
Marteau de soir is by far the term that I use the most in French. I try and say at least one thing in French.
I can't.
And then today, it's the shout out local bakery in Montreal, Première Moisson.
I can't look that up because I have no idea how to spell that. So I can't look that up and order you. So what you might be able to do soon, though, you might be able to get a tip jar on Twitter and people just be able to tip you some of that little DFS money that you've been winning them. There you go. A little bit of a tip jar on Twitter.
We have that. And then I saw Big T, great call on Lamb. Thanks, Big T. That one was one where he ended up texting me and he was like, man, I got Pat Connaughton. And his other lineup, I'm pretty sure he ran the same lineup. One with Pat Connaughton, one with Anthony Lamb. And they scored 405, 408. So like it didn't really matter which one you had, but Anthony Lamb was my cheap small forward that I used along with Matisse Thybulle, and both of them ended up working out great. All the stars aligned yesterday, so I'm looking to keep it going here today.
Yeah,
and shout out Tony too. Making his debut brought the absolute heat. And
that's why they call. That's why
it was great.
He runs Heat Ratio Sports. That's why we call him Jigsaw. You know, Jigsaw is the nickname we have for him. I
love that, by the way. I love that. That's great.
It kind of freaks me out because he uses. I'm not a big horror movie guy, and the Saw movies aren't even horror.
I'm a big horror movie fan.
No, that's not for me. But like the Saw movies aren't even horror. The Saw movies are just how can we gross you out? That's all. Yeah. That's literally the entire premise of the Saw movies is we're gonna gross you out, and that's just not for me. I can do blood and guts, but I can't do it in a way that they're just gonna torture people. It's weird.
Wait, so you're not gonna see the new Conjuring movie that's coming out? Like I'm so hyped to see.
I actually like the Conjuring movies. I don't know if I want to see the new one though. I don't know. I like the first Conjuring movie, and then after that, I didn't really like it.
The third one is based on what's it called? Oh my god!
Isn't it the same? Like this is the same company that made Insidious and all that too, right? They just make these series.
I think so. But
Insidious was fantastic.
These are based. Yeah, they're not bad actually. I like the earlier ones more than the later ones, but these are based on a true story. It's oh my god, what's the movie called? The Haunting of Connecticut or whatever it's called. Anyways. That house originated with The Conjuring. Anyways, now they're like bringing it back. I'm pumped to see that. And there's a new Suicide Squad movie coming out. Anything that has Margot Robbie
in
it, I'm there. I'm there. So Suicide Squad Part 2, number 2, whatever it's called.
Jonathan Cena is in that movie, and I can't wait for that.
Yeah, but Margot Robbie's in it. So but
John Cena's also in it, which is fantastic. I know. Idris Elba's also in it, who is also fantastic.
I'm a big fan of his. I love his work. So there's a lot of good movies coming out. Hopefully the theaters actually open and we're able to go see it. But
I just went to a theater last week. I'm trying to go again. I've been trying to find the time. That's all I do in my free time is look up more times to go to a movie theater.
See, everything's closed.
I might see Mortal Kombat. I might.
Everything's closed.
Open up. Safe.
I'm getting vaccinated in when is it?
Hey!
Not this Monday coming up in like 4 or 5 days, whatever it is.
Which one are you getting?
I think here it's either Pfizer or AstraZeneca, one of the two. I don't know. Whatever it is.
I got Moderna.
Whatever allows me to be able to chill with my
weeks.
friends again. So like I don't really care which one they give me. I just
Am I not good? Am I not good enough? Am I not good enough to hang out with you every day for 30 minutes on an
I want
to
come to Philly. I want to come to Philly. I want to have a Philly cheesesteak.
No, you don't.
See, I got to stop talking about that because now I'm making myself hungry.
But it was National Hoagie Day yesterday, which I had a delicious hoagie. It was phenomenal. So
I don't even know what that is.
It's a sandwich, but like a special nice sandwich, an Italian type sandwich.
See, I'm my whole family tree is Italian, so I'm a sandwich guy.
Beautiful.
Joey Tribbiani.
Nice.
I'm a sandwich guy.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're moving on. Now we're definitely moving on. All right. So where are we starting off here on this slate? I think one I could imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine could be this one.
It's
just guessing.
Automatic. Like
okay.
His price has not moved.
This one.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to find something what I haven't said in like the past like.
You mean this guy? You mean
3 weeks?
That guy?
How long have I been talking about Russell Westbrook? 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks?
We mention his name literally every single day.
His price hasn't moved. Like I don't know what to say anymore.
Is everybody seeing that point total?
He's in the last month here. I'll put it. I'll see. This is. I was trying to find something that I haven't said in the past month, and this is it because now we've reached a month of me talking about him every single day. For the past month, he's averaged 65 DraftKings points. Has like. I don't know how many triple doubles. It's just he's just it is what it is. I've been betting his rebounds and assist prop. Like you get the combination. In US, if your state allows it, you could get it on FanDuel Sportsbook. And even north of the border, we have a book that offers rebounds and assists. I've just been betting that automatic every single day.
Should we bet it again today?
And it is on the site. That is my free bet of the day. Russell Westbrook over 24.5 rebounds and assists. I don't even need to get into Toronto stats. It's just automatic. It's just it's automatic.
It's him. Anything else? I mean, we do have, as you can see, a lot on the Toronto side that's out. Lowry's out. Anunoby. I mean, Hachimura, who we even liked for a while. Anything on the Toronto side?
There is. I wrote up both Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet, thinking that Kyle Lowry was going to play. I actually thought Fred was going to be the one to sit out. But here we are, and Kyle Lowry just got ruled out.
Of course.
So luckily, it was the two guys that I wrote up that are still in the lineup. The same theory applies, and if anything, it gives them an even bigger bump, right? So I liked Fred's involvement in the offense more than Kyle's, and Pascal's out there alone now with OG Anunoby's sideline too, where he's roaming the paint alone. Like Ken Birch is going to be solid on the glass, but in terms of a scoring perspective, it's going to be Pascal all day long. So both of these guys are really, really affordable. If you don't want to go, 310 to 11K studs, you can easily go Siakam and VanVleet and just stack this game. And I'm going right back to Bertans on the other side on top of that. Like you saw the attempts that he took yesterday, and this is what Tony and I were talking about, was that with no Rui Hachimura, they need that third scorer, right? So in a game like this, it can easily be Raul Neto. I'm not paying 5K for Raul Neto or 4.8, whatever he's at. When we're talking about value plays, I like going all the way down, right? So I will mention Davis Bertans in there. If you want a little 2-2 stack, that would probably be the 4 that I'm getting. And then that's a solid start right now with Russ, Pascal, Fred, and Bertans. Something like that works out just fine. I really do like that.
Yeah, and then I guess where are we going after that? Because I would imagine it's not that much to be able to get another 10K player in there. I mean, as we see with Steph. So this is kind of a lot of mid-range guys, I'm assuming, because there is still some salary left here. So where are we going? I have a feeling it's a few mid-range guys that you kind of have your eye on.
Yeah, so I'll kind of go top to bottom in case people don't want to play Fred VanVleet and Siakam. I would recommend getting at least one. But if you want to, you have
let's save
$100
and just keep in FVV.
Yeah, that's it. So let's say you take out Siakam and you put in all the way at the top and you go Luka. You have more than enough salary to be able to make that work, right? So I do like Luka in this spot against Brooklyn. I just think Brooklyn goes nuts tonight. Back-to-back losses against Milwaukee. They're gonna come out and really want to prove a point, right? So and I'm really down on this Dallas squad this season. So I do like the Brooklyn side of things. Kevin Durant would probably be my guy that I'm slotting in over Siakam if you want to, especially if we're going position for position, power forward for power forward. In this case, I will take Durant. Not only just raw points. Obviously, he's going to score more raw points than Siakam. I don't even want to just say obviously, but it's just it would be expected. I'll put it that way, where he's $2,000 more. That you can't go out there and say, oh, Durant outscored Siakam. Well, he's $2,000 more. That's exactly what you would expect, right? But I really do think in this one, he can go nuts. 4 out of 5 of his last games, dropping 30 plus, including those 2 infamous battles against Giannis. He absolutely showed out. So I really do like KD in the spot. You can go Kyrie as well, especially that he's multiple position eligible. If you want to go point guard or shooting guard, you got Kyrie in there as well. There's Luka. Steph is in a great spot too. I know a lot of people kind of look at OKC and they're like, oh, it's going to be a blowout. It's a 14-point spread.
Golden State can't do that.
He doesn't need 4 quarters, let alone the fact that Golden State cannot blow anybody out by 20 plus. And if they are, and in what scenario is Golden State blowing somebody out by 20 plus? Well, it's because Steph dropped 60. So either side that you look at it, he's in a great spot tonight. OKC being ranked 28th in the NBA. That's third last for those that don't know. Third last against primary ball handlers, and Steph is that guy tonight. So he's in a great spot again. Domantas Sabonis, obviously it's standing and why I got to talk about him.
There we go.
Not sure if we're going to see Malcolm Brogdon again tonight. I didn't get a chance to look at that after work, but even with or without Brogdon, he's in a good spot. I get that Clint Capella is, it's a pretty tough assignment on the defensive end. for him to go one-on-one. But, you know, Atlanta's on the second half of the back-to-back. And then on top of that, they've kind of been shying away about playing him heavy minutes against smaller teams. And that's exactly what Indiana is, right? So outside of Sabonis, the tallest player that they have is O'Shea Brissett at 6'7", and that fits in right to their scheme where they're playing John Collins at the 5. When that happens, and you're talking about Sabonis on John Collins, oh boy, the man, everyone knows I love picking on John Collins. He fouls anything that breathes within 6 feet of him. He is terrible on the glass compared to a guy like Domantas Sabonis, and he can absolutely eat him up. So the one thing there is that you got to hope that you get that switch right, not only in the rotation, but also when Capella's on the court, you want Sabonis to be switching on to John Collins. So he's in a good spot. 10.4, no one's going to play him. So that's why I really do like him again. Outside of that, we will be dabbling in the mid-range, though, a little bit.
Yeah, and who are going to be? I imagine we were going to be dabbling into the mid-range. This did not seem like a stars and scrubs kind of slate. Where are we going for that mid-range?
Sadiq Bey is somebody that I wrote up.
Okay, nice.
Sadiq Bey is a guy that I wrote up. I'm okay with him. Look, the one thing that I will say about Sadiq Bey is that the upside is limited, right? Although it is his first year in the league, he's already identified himself from a DFS perspective, at least, as that pure scorer, right? So you take a look at his last game where he's shooting 2 for 12 from the field. Well, that's not going to cut it, right? So that's
and something a lot of it comes down to his 3-point shooting, doesn't it?
Exactly, right?
Really
so you need that 3-point shooting. Memphis allows teams to hit just over 36% of their shots, which is, bottom 10 in the league. So the matchup is there. But again, no Josh Jackson, no Jeremy Grant.
Yep.
Really does open things up for him. I'm looking, he's going to be closer to 40 minutes than he is closer to 30, right? So I do like Sadiq Bey in the mid-range a little bit today. And then on the Memphis side, you can also dabble in some value in the same game, right? So no Grayson Allen. And we talked about this last night, Tony and I, where that kind of 4 to 5-man rotation between Grayson Allen and Desmond Bane and Dylan Brooks and Kyle Anderson. And then, of course, you have Ja Morant. It's like Memphis, like all of a sudden, from a DFS perspective, again, has so much depth at the guard position where we don't really know what's going to happen. But you saw that Desmond Bane soaked up all those minutes when Grayson Allen went down yesterday, 5 minutes into the game, right? So ended up playing just over 30. He's a guy that at 3,600, he's going to be that first guy off the bench. Right, so when we're talking about, not necessarily the mid-range, but more so the value side, Desmond Bane is certainly on my short list today.
All right, so here's a little bit of a question here. Now that I think the chat has talked our guy Shane out of Capella, top 3 FanDuel centers, or at least some centers that he can be looking at here.
I'm going to look now just because I was focused on DraftKings, but at the top, you do have Vooch. I wrote him up today. He's 9,000, I believe. Again, I haven't opened FanDuel in a little bit, but pretty much since I wrote my article this morning. But Vooch was at 9,000. He's a great play, especially against Charlotte. They're forced to play Bismack, Zeller, and PJ Washington at the 5 tonight too. So I get Zach LaVine is back, but this is a matchup where, Vooch is going to be able to eat them up. Am I playing him on DK at 10.3? No, but 9K on FanDuel, that is really enticing to just go all the way up and solidify that floor. I usually start my builds on FanDuel with the center position just because it's one that you need to get right to be taking down tournaments, right? So Vooch is my guy all the way at the top. I'll give an honorable mention to Jonas Valanciunas. As well at 8.1, also the birthday boy. So Joe Val going up there against Detroit, he should be able to body Isaiah Stewart all night long. Should be able to have a great game there. 8.1 on FanDuel, I believe. 7.8 here on DraftKings, like we're showing now. And then the other guy that I wrote up, just checking my article now.
You forget what
Moses
you wrote?
Brown. I forget everything, man. I don't know. I can't even explain the way that my memory
I forgot what I was doing just a minute.
Yeah, I can't even explain the way my memory. Like I'll remember things that like from so long ago, and then I don't remember something that I wrote this morning, right? So Moses Brown on FanDuel. Look, am I playing this guy on DraftKings? Absolutely not, right? But am I playing him on FanDuel where I have to choose the center that I might not have the luxury of going all the way up to Joval or Vooch? He's certainly in my player pool, especially against Golden State. Obviously no James Wiseman for the rest of the season, and going up against Draymond, Draymond's not really going to match up on him, right? He's going to be facing more so the Isaiah Robies and more so Darius Baisley more than anything. So Moses Brown should be able to attack the glass fairly well. And you look at what he did last game, where he's grabbing 17 boards, right? So do you need this guy to put up 20 plus points? No, not really, because if he's grabbing 17 boards, is he going to do that again tonight? Look, that's not what I'm saying. He's going to, for a fact, he's going out there and dropping 17 boards. Like, no, probably not. But at the same time, just the aggressiveness that he's showing on the glass, it really is positive for a guy that's pretty much going to see 25 to 30 minutes tonight against a weak front court. And then if you want to take a really deep flyer with no Mason Plumlee in Detroit, I can't believe I'm saying this. It's 2021 and I'm talking about playing Jahlil Okafor. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So former Dookie, shout out Mike if you're listening, bro. Former Dookie. I don't know. It's just this is a guy where, again, we're talking about, like, he's not going to be in my top 3. I know someone asked for my top 3. It's going to be Vooch, Joval, and Moses Brown. But if you need a serious flyer for a guy that's coming off playing 20 minutes, he can score, man. He's a guy that, you know what, he's been around the block for quite some time now. Seems like some people feel like he's been in the league for 20 years. Some people feel like he's been in the league for 2. He's been around, man, and going up against Memphis's, you know, smaller guys like Brandon Clark and Xavier Tillman off the bench, he's going to be able to get there, right? So at only $3K on DraftKings, I do prefer him over there. But on FanDuel at 4,500, if you really need a cheap center, he would likely be my guy tonight. As crazy as that sounds,
he's part of the core. He is no, he's in the core now. I'm sorry, he's in the core. This is the core. Jahlil Okafor. I don't know if I could. Jahlil, the core Okafor. That is, we were doing like
when did he play? It was 2014 at Duke. I don't want to talk. I don't remember, but if it was like a 20, if it was a 2014, whenever he played at Duke, if it was like 20, we'll use 2014 as an example. If it was a 2014 March Madness tournament, then yeah, for sure he would be in the core. But right now, I can't get there.
No.
Someone's asking who's the starting center for Dallas? Am I seeing that properly?
Yeah.
Starting center for Dallas, likely going to be Dwight Powell. No KP on the other side. Likely going to be Dwight Powell. Probably see a ton of Willie Cauley-Stein tonight too. So
sick. Willie Cauley-Stein.
Yeah, there is some value there, especially against Brooklyn. Look, the one thing that I will point out about Dwight Powell is that when he starts, he never plays. And I know, like, if you like literally listen to that in English and you're like, that doesn't make sense. It's just he barely gets the minutes that he needs, right? And then he comes out of these random games where he's getting 34 minutes all of a sudden, right? So look, I can't trust a Dallas center really. The only ones that I do trust are the ones that are popping in the model. So if there's one of them that's top 5, that'll be the guy that I go with. But outside of that, I'm not going to force myself to play a center against Brooklyn. It's like playing primary ball handlers against the Clippers. If the primary ball handler is not a good basketball player, I'm not going to force it, right? So like, outside, I don't know who to try. Jahlil Okafor 2021. Oh my God, yeah, like he will not be in my main lineup. I just want to get that out there, right? Like I know we kind of
he's in every single one of my lineups. He will not be taken out of my lineups. I'm sorry,
he's not going to be in my main lineup. At least I don't think he will be.
I wasn't even thinking about it, but then you mentioned it for a second, and my mind immediately
played 28 minutes last game. Like, I think he played 25, 26,
all I need.
28 minutes.
You give a goat 28 minutes, he's going to produce, all right?
So it's just, I don't know. Like, again, when we're talking about a really, really cheap center on FanDuel, there's nobody out there. Like, I was looking this morning, it's like Boogie Cousins, Montrezl Harrell, Biyombo, Zeller. Like, it's just, if I'm taking a flyer on a guy, I want somebody that's going to play 20 minutes, and that guy is Jahlil Okafor. So as crazy as that sounds, that's the cheap center that I got. Wait, are you frozen? Is he frozen? Are you guys seeing this too, or is it just me? Can someone tell me if he's frozen in the comments, or am I frozen?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, I'm seeing 2 of you on my screen right now, and it's freaking me out. Okay, now we go. Oh my God.
So
don't do that, man. I saw 2 of you on my screen. I see one like this. I see one like that, like mid speech, and then I see. Oh my God. Bro, I was literally about to text you. I was freaking me out.
How bad is this? How bad?
Somebody's got to run that back and get a clip of that. That was like
no.
Bro, your face was like
Jalil Okafor broke.
Oh my
just
god,
broke
Jalil Okafor.
Jalil Okafor just broke the
internet. This man broke the internet. Jalil Okafor.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god.
Did we just end it there? Hello, everyone. They're still there.
Jalil Okafor. Oh my god.
Froze.
2021. We're thinking about playing Jalil Okafor. Oh my god. Wow.
Do we just end it there? I don't even know where to go now. I
gotta run. I gotta run through a couple other guys after
All right,
that. I can't end like that. It's like I gotta get like the multiple.
I'm embarrassed. I'm going to be seeing that.
like,
I'm gonna log into Twitter, and that's the only thing I'm gonna see.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
First game. We'll do like a rapid fire, like couple plays from each game. First game. Caleb Martin going right back to the well there. That's somebody that's just thinking about, again, it's quick off the top of my head. Charlotte, Chicago. One guy that I haven't mentioned was Caleb Martin. So likely going back to the well with him unless the model indicates otherwise. So that is somebody that I will consider. The second game is Brooklyn, Dallas. I don't know. You have Caleb Martin on my screen right now. What's going on? Guys got Caleb Martin. Like I get it. He's a good play. I just said he's a good play, but okay. Brooklyn, Dallas. It's KD. It's Luka. I'm not really going much of the value. If you are, it's going to be one of Willie Cauley-Stein or Dwight Powell. That's all I got for that game. Toronto, Washington. We already went over it. It's Russ. Ooh. It's Siakam. Fred VanVleet and Davis Bertans for value as well. Memphis, Detroit. It's got to be Jalil. Like I'm not even gonna say his name. It's gonna break the stream again. But you know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. He's in the lineup right now. I just want to clarify that he will not be in my main lineup. But again,
he's in my main lineup. No, he is my main lineup. He's not even in my main lineup. He is my main lineup. All right.
Right. So we will add him. And then the one thing that worries me a little bit about this Detroit value that we've been playing every single day for like the past month, some guys are coming back. We're seeing Wayne Ellington come back. We're seeing, I'm pretty sure he's playing tonight. Again, it's not confirmed, but I'm pretty sure he will play tonight. Frank Jackson is a go. Corey Joseph is also a go from what I'm hearing. Although Diallo is out, like they're and I'm pretty sure Killian Hayes just got ruled out too.
He just got ruled out.
Yep. I was too busy with on my screen. So Killian Hayes out, Diallo out, but now Wayne Ellington and Corey Joseph are back, right? So again, it's you don't really know what that's going to look like now. Just if you want to play it a little bit with a little bit of risk, load this up in the guard or forward spot, and then be ready to pivot with whoever's starting. The next game, Atlanta, Indiana, already covered that. It's Sabonis. It's a day ending in Y. It's Thirsty Thursdays. You got to play him.
I'm sure there's an easy one too.
Golden State, OKC. It's Steph or nobody.
Day ending in Y.
That's it. And he's also going to win MVP. Battle of LA.
Excuse me. Oh, I'm not. We have no time for that. Go on.
It's a hard pass for me. This is gross. I'm getting nauseous. So I'm not playing anybody from this game. It makes me nauseous. That's it.
Lineup real quick. Westy, FVV, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Fred VanVleet, as we were just. Say Jean-Claude Van Damme, Fred VanVleet too hard.
Okay, we got to mark this stream down. This one's gonna be when we do a year-end blooper. This entire thing's a blooper. My screen hasn't even gotten this is gonna be like a 29-minute blooper video.
So
for anybody that's watching for the first time, I'm sorry.
No, you're welcome.
I'm not sorry because the plays are fire.
You're welcome.
The plays are fire, and we entertain. I'm sorry, we're entertainers. I'm sorry.
Westy, FPV, Durant, McDaniels, Birch, Martin, Bain, Bembry.
I like it, except DeAndre Bembry, unless he's popping in the model, that just made me throw up in my mouth a little bit playing DeAndre Bembry. But yeah, if he's popping in the model, do it. That's exactly what I use. I built it, so obviously I use it. But unless he's popping, I'm not using him. He makes me very nauseous. 4 Toronto guys, too many? Yes. I say this every single night. I forgot to mention Malachi Flynn. That's the little for the Toronto game. I forgot to mention that Malachi Flynn.
I love we got it out just to the end.
Yeah, right at the end, Malachi Flynn, a little Salt Bay action. For Toronto guys, too many. Yes, I say this every single time. It's the only team they show on my TV. The team represents the country. I know, like you have to trust my opinion on Toronto. The usage is so condensed in that lineup that is just it doesn't work. Like you're not gonna. It's not an offense where they're like, oh, all 4 guys are gonna get in double digits. Like no, it doesn't happen. So I always go max 3 of them. That's it.
Yeah, we do have a show. Marshall Falk is going to be interviewed. It's going to be great. Let me get the name right and everything, but it's going to be fantastic. Fantasy Isles. Thank you. Yeah, it's the Fantasy Isle, the first edition of it. Marshall Falk is going to be there. And yes, I'm glad that we got all of this. It can't be any worse than this. It's actually probably going to be exponentially better, 100 times better than whatever the hell we just tried to do in the past 30 minutes. I don't know what any of that was, but we did it.
I didn't even start drinking it either, by the way. Like that.
No, you better not either, because now I'm going to ask you live on here if you can go on my radio show in an hour. But we'll figure that out at the end. We'll figure that.
What time am I coming on? No, we got no, because then they're going to tune into that.
7:20 Eastern. You want to come on? Jason's coming on at 8. Yeah.
7:20. Yeah, I want to go before Jay. I don't want to go after Jay.
Yeah, no, go.
Last time you made me go after Ariel. It's like
you can't go after
it's
Jay.
Like you handed me the shovel
because Ariel's coming on at 8:30, so you can't go on after Jay.
I will go first this time. Thank God. Okay, I will go first. Man, because you want to come on the show? Yeah, Ariel Epstein's on before you. Oh, okay, no problem. The shoes the size of Shaquille O'Neal's feet to fill. No problem. Oh my God. Yes, 7:20. I will be there. 7:20 Philly Fox Sports Gambler. Is that the right order?
Fox Sports the Gambler. There you go. Yeah, Fox Sports the Gambler.
Make sure you guys tune in. Even if you're not in Philly, I'm on, so you got to tune in.
Yeah, download the iHeartRadio app. Search up Fox Sports the Gambler. Also, just windailysports.com, the Fantasy Isle. Look, my show could be a little preview. We're going to be talking about the Fantasy Isle at 8 o'clock with Jason and everything else at Win Daily Sports and baseball and bets, all of that stuff. 9 o'clock. Then you can tune into the Fantasy Isle. First ever edition of it with Marshall Falk. Amazing. Cannot wait for it. And it's going to be a really fun time. Win Daily Sports. And they're going to be giving away prizes. Check out the pinned tweet over at Win Daily Sports for this. And now we're finishing off of this. This is going to be the last thing said. It's either yes or no. And this will be the last thing said on this stream. Ghost, are you a whiskey guy?
Yes.